Salutations, everybody. It is Maddie here, the lover of story-driven hentai, with week 15 of the H.A.M Radio Podcast.
And it is me, the LoneVaultWanderer, the king of kangaroos, and I'm pretty jacked right now. Check Twitter if you don't know what I'm talking about.
And it is I, Nissan. I hijacked Noah's Ark today, so here I am.
Yeah. No, Noah, rejoice.
No one can hate Noah this week.
Yeah. Fuck Noah, the finale. Yeah, he got called into work or something. He works at a watch shop. That's so fucking... Yeah, I get to see him. Hi, sir. You want to buy a watch? Anyway, since Noah's not here, I'll do the shirt promo this week. A lot of you guys have been asking me, for whatever reason, where to buy shirts. And we have a link down below, as well as an annotation on the bottom left corner of every podcast. And there's also a link on the overlay of my channel if you somehow, for whatever reason, you're listening to this and want to go there. Where you can go to the H.A.M Radio store and you can pick out whatever designs you want and send us pictures of the shirts you're wearing. A lot of you guys were interested in them, and that's where you get them. We have new designs coming soon that pertain to each of our little intros in the beginning, so that's always exciting. But anyways, I fucked up. Anyways, every week we like to have a guest on this podcast. So we want you to be one of those guests. So be sure to answer the following question on Twitter, tweeting at any of us with the hashtag HamRadioTime. This week's question, I decided just to pick a real cliche one. Who is your celebrity crush?
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah. Hey,
That's easy.
He's a man. Yeah, Chris Evans. Man. Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Nissan, you have to give a quick answer. Go.
I don't watch movies, so I don't know any actors' names.
Oh, come on. Do you have a man crush in general?
No.
Aw.
Maddie.
You're no fun, Nissan.
Yeah, I gotta be the boring one.
All right.
You can say it's me. It's okay, Nissan.
Yeah. I mean, have you seen Lone's muscles? Holy shit.
Oh my God.
Excellent.
All right. Moving on to this week's news. It was a somewhat dry week for the most part when it came to Fallout 4. We only have 2 Fallout 4 pieces of news and then a little bit of Bethesda dabblings. Let's talk about a Fallout 4, potential Fallout 4 hoax, rather. First, apparently German BethBlog has been hacked. They tweeted, and I use Google Translate for this, so some translations could be off, but, quote, "Hammer, Fallout 4 starts. Watch the new hashtag Fallout 4 trailer now on YouTube," with a link that no one got a chance to check out because the tweet was literally immediately taken down. Further supporting this hoax is the picture for the video thumbnail was Interplay's former concept art for Fallout Online, and it just had the little Fallout 4 overlay on it. What do we think of this?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
But that's interesting to know that they were quote-unquote hacked, but the tweet was taken down almost immediately. So it seems like the hacked, he didn't change the passwords or she didn't change the passwords. So they were able to gain access back to the Twitter account really quickly.
Yeah. Apparently, because someone investigated a little bit, and they actually matched up the what you could see on Twitter of the link with our last week's podcast link, and apparently they were identical. So,
really?
Yeah. It was really, really, really weird. It wasn't a Photoshop job because a lot of people sent it to me off their phones and they were screenshots, which you can't really Photoshop, at least off your phone, that is. But rather, I'm more so surprised on the hacking part. You know, why would you hack German BethBlog? Why wouldn't you if you could hack an actual account, personally, I would go for the main Bethesda account, gain some traction, you know? Get some people's attention.
They probably wouldn't they wouldn't be gone after as much, because if you hack Bethesda's main thing, Bethesda's gonna come down on you with a fat man and you. So if you hack the German one, they're not gonna care as much, maybe.
Yeah, they're like, well, yeah, because the German one only has 8,000 followers or something like that. I don't know. Really weird hoax though. What I never get with any of these hoaxes is that there's always that one loophole that's so absolutely blatantly obvious that makes it all fake. Why, when you put a picture on this tweet, don't put a picture at all? Why would you use Interplay's former concept art? If you type in Fallout 4, it's that picture from the Fallout Online where you kind of get a look over the wasteland. There's a little billboard on the right, and it's kind of cheap, shitty looking graphics. Yeah, it looks so stupid. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just all right, I'm going to try and fool people again about Fallout 4. Let's Google Fallout 4. That's a nice image. Let's use that. That's
exactly what it did.
The very first time it was.
Exactly. Oh god, but that's interesting. I don't know how they would have gained access to their account, but I don't know. To each their own.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it could be a really good Photoshop job. That's the thing. There were so many weird things, like the fact that our podcast link from last week matched up with the link in the tweet, the picture use. It was just all like a weird conundrum that just got deleted instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The fact that it was our podcast, I don't know. I don't know what to I don't know what to feel about that.
kind of scares me now. It like makes me not want to trust any news I hear from Twitter because like I don't know if like just a viewer tricking us. I've seen viewers try to do that to me. They like make up this whole fake thing and then like send it to me and they're like, "Oh my god, look at this!" And I'm like, "I'm not fucking stupid, buddy. Like this happens all the time."
I'm not gonna get burnt again by the fans. Oh god.
Yeah, does that happen to you? Yeah, like, did you believe something they say, and then like I'm guilty of it. It's happened before. Where, like I've covered something from ChristianPost.com. We all know they're right there with K-drama stars.
Yeah, there was a stage where the way I would used to get Fallout 4 news was in like Google. I would filter to news, and then I'll go quote unquote Fallout 4, so it just matches that exactly. And literally every article from K-drama stars, Christian Post, I don't know, there's fucking other ones that constantly pop up again.
International Business Times, yeah, that one too. Oh my god.
Yeah. So I was just like, oh, Fallout 4, Fallout 4, and then you come to realize that they're just clickbait websites.
Yeah.
So.
Because I didn't know that at first. I didn't cover K-drama stars ever, like, you know, and use them as a news source because they said stupid shit from the start. But with like Christian Post, I remember they posted something. I was like, well, they're new, so I think we can trust them. I just looked back at that. I was like, what the fuck were you thinking? Like, oh my god, people trusted you, and you betrayed their trust.
And you trade. That's awesome. Anyway.
Let's move on to the next Fallout 4 rumor. We'll kill off the Fallout 4 stuff pretty quick. So this is an interesting rumor, one that's somehow gained traction. A post on Reddit recently has a shocking amount of attention. Like I said, Redbox has decided to restock Fallout 3 as a game for rental the day E3 begins. Fallout fans naturally have begun to connect the dots and assume that this is a business decision to capitalize on the hype of a supposed Fallout 4 announcement.
Oh my god.
Sorry. It's a dry news week, I know. Normally we discard this stuff.
It's more just that, yeah, you can connect two and two together. It makes logical sense, but that doesn't mean it's true. Like, I was seeing a lot of comments with this article, with this news topic, of people saying, "Oh yeah, they either have insider knowledge or they're anticipating it, and we should believe Redbox." But it's just like they're like any other fan or like anyone else in their position would have done the same thing. Mm-hmm. People can see that there's rumor and speculation about Fallout 4. It's just a smart business decision. It's nothing more than that, and it's not like we said about talked about this before the podcast. It's not like they had an insider in Bethesda say, "Hey, buddy, listen, we're gonna release Fallout 4 after E3. We're gonna announce it there, so you should sell some more Fallout 3." It just doesn't happen like that. It's just purely, I want to say, like, you know, they're just anticipating a Fallout 4 announcement. That's it, and they want to capitalize. So I don't know what you guys think.
Let's start off with this. Who here has ever even used a Redbox or seen one, rather? I think I've seen one in a grocery store, and I've never had to use it before.
We don't have them in Australia.
What about you, Nissan?
I think I've seen one, and then it was like removed like the next day. Like no one uses that thing.
Yeah, exactly. No one uses it. Which brings me to my next point. You go to GameStop, I can buy Fallout 3 for fucking $3 used or $5. Just a vanilla copy. If I wanted to play Fallout 3, I'd go buy the full game without having to pay $1 a day.
And they still have so many freshly sealed new copies of the Gamer of the Year edition. So I don't understand why, you know, like, first of all, where is Redbox getting all of this supply? I would actually like to know that. Like, does Bethesda still have like this warehouse full of Fallout 3 games that they haven't sold yet, or are they trying to source them from different locations? Like, I think that would make sense if they are anticipating a Fallout 4 announcement and Fallout 3 is in short supply because it's not a new game, it came out ages ago, then they would try and have to source new games, or if they use used copies, then they would have to source them somehow. So maybe they're just giving themselves as much time as possible to get those copies, but I don't know.
it's just such a stupid rumor that got so much attention. It just doesn't make sense. Like, at first I saw it, I just didn't answer anything about it. I was like, this will sift over. Then I looked at the Reddit post. It's getting so many thumbs up. So many people are responding to it. Then it's going on my Twitter and my Facebook page and my messages. Like, Lone, you've been tagged in the tweets as well. Like, people are like, what do you think of this? I'm like, it's nothing. It is Redbox. If this was like... even if it was GameFly, like, that's a relatively popular service, and like even then, I wouldn't think a thing about it.
It's I don't know. It irks me when I see things like this, and then people get really excited, and then for example, Maddie will come out and say, "Just fucking relax, okay? This is not official. Calm down. It's okay." So, I don't know. I hope that the game gets announced at E3 and we never have these problems again. But knowing the Fallout fans, we probably will.
Yeah, once DLC comes around.
Yeah.
In-game clues.
Did you hear that Redbox filled more of its Fallout 4 collection for the DLC? Oh, shit.
God. Yeah, it seems every time you think something's gonna blow over, Maddie, you have to make a video on it like the next day. Like
I have to. But I got away with this one. I think we'll be all right with this one. But
well, here we are talking about it.
Yeah, here we are. With the podcast, sometimes we'll kind of sift through everything. What I want to veer off and talk about is I miss renting games, man. Whenever I think of like renting games, I think of Blockbuster when I was a little kid, and it'd be like a reward for like helping around the house, and we'd go there and like I'd rent whatever game I want, and it would be like I'd just play it all weekend. Oh my god!
I remember the game that I rented the most was Mortal Kombat on the N64. I fucking loved that game, and I'll keep renting it. It was just so bloody and gory, and I probably shouldn't have been allowed because I was like 8 years old or something. But it was
violence in video games harms children.
Yeah, I know. I'm such a disturbed person now, right?
Yeah. I hate those. Those are so ridiculous. It's not even...
That's a podcast in and of itself.
Oh, yeah.
Let me try to think of a game I always rented. One of the more fond renting stories I think of is like, I was really sad one day as a little kid. I don't know why. Probably scraped my knee outside or something. But I remember just sitting there, and like my dad was gone for like an hour, and like all of a sudden he comes back inside, and like I'm just sitting on the couch, kind of watching TV, sobbing like a little pussy, and my dad just kind of walks in front of me, like facing me, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he turns around, and like in his like sticking out of like his side of his pants, you can see like a case. And it was like a Blockbuster case, and like I lean over and I see it says like PS2 dash, and I think it was like a Harry Potter game or something like that. Like I got so stoked. I was like, oh my god! Like,
I actually remember playing that Harry Potter game on the PS2. If we're thinking about the same thing,
I don't remember which one it was.
It's interesting to look back and see what games you played, and now look at the games that you play now and how it's shaped, your preferred genre. Like before, I would literally the only games that I would play were racing games. I never played anything else at all. Like during my teen stages, like I used to play a lot of Need for Speed, especially Underground, and now I don't touch racing games.
Wow. No, see, I'm the opposite, naturally. Coder, like all of my childhood, and anytime there's an RPG, it has my interest to some degree. I'm like obsessed with character creation and like choice making and good stories and really big plot twists, all because of that game. Like it just solidified everything I like in a video game. I talk about it every week, you should play it if you haven't. Hint, hint.
Well, for me, it was Fallout 3. Like, it's so cliche to say, but...
No, that's right next to it.
There was a stage, right, where I was like, all right, I've talked about this before. I want to get 100% achievements, but I wanted to do it on really, really good games. And I would, like, Google IGN, Metacritic, and see what were the top games out that I could purchase. That's exactly why I bought BioShock. That's exactly why I bought Fallout 3. And it just happened to be the fact that I really liked the game and it resonated with me. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. What about you, Nissan? Renting any games as a kid?
I don't think I really rented games, like, because where I lived, there was like a GameStop, and that was it. Like, there was no Blockbusters or anything like that. So
really?
It was just like buy them or go play a 40-year-old game from the 80s or something. Like, that was it.
We didn't have Blockbuster. We had a store called Video Easy. I don't know if you guys have ever had that store.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds like something that would be a video game rental store, is what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Yeah, it was like one of the saddest days. Like, it was just recently too. The Blockbuster near my house, like, it was a 5-minute drive. It got like taken down and everything. It was just so sad looking at it, and I was just like, wow, there
was
goes
still
part of my
open?
childhood. Nah, they're out of business, I think.
I was gonna say, I'm like, how's it still open?
Nah,
Yeah.
they got taken out. It was a good idea during like the time it was available with like digital copies and all that stuff. Kind of took over.
I still think that there are some blockbusters in Australia just scattered across because I know that Blockbuster went bankrupt in America, but I want to say that in Australia they still have some stores.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Ah,
It's
man,
kind of sad.
it just gives me the feels. Like, dude, I could go on forever about this.
I love how we just veered off from that Fallout 4 news article.
Yeah, well, Redbox sucks. Okay, moving on.
All right.
We'll save the best news for last, and we'll knock this one off real quick. The
Yeah.
Evil Within Executioner DLC. Naturally, when it's the Evil Within, it's the Maddie segment because wait, Nissan, hold on. You could really save me here. Have you played the Evil Within?
Nope.
Oh my god! No one plays this game. It really upsets
Take it
me.
away, Maddie.
Okay. In this DLC, it is the final piece of DLC, and you will play as the Keeper, who many fans of the game will know is the guy with the lock box on his head, the safe with the barbed wires around
I
it.
know who the keeper is.
All
I
right,
know who
yeah,
that
good.
is.
All right, cool. You know something. And what it will have is a melee combat focus. Now, good thing I put this in asterisk because I almost forgot it. Since you guys haven't played the game, let's discuss what's really interesting about this DLC because I'm assuming you've at least seen gameplay on it, like what the Evil Within is. In this DLC, it's first-person melee. That's very weird, I think, to when you look at the Evil Within and how it's that Resident Evil-esque game with the third-person stiff controls, and now it's a first-person melee game. Like, I think it's kind of crazy.
It's kind of strange.
Yeah.
Like, why the change?
Yeah, that kind of boggles my mind too.
I think they're trying new gameplay tactics because in like one of the DLCs, you can't even use your gun. It's kind of like Amnesia, where you just have like a flashlight. You can't use weapons. And then the second one, it kind of went back to the standard Evil Within gameplay for like the conclusion of that story-based DLC. And then this Executioner is like first-person combat. It's like, what? Like, they're just trying everything now, and they're throwing it out there.
That's pretty cool though, how they have the confidence just to experiment and see what sticks.
That's why
So,
people,
like-
I think, are not to interrupt you, but I think that's why
No, that's right.
people are like working with Bethesda more now, and I think that's why they're throwing a conference together is because they realize that Bethesda just gives them time to make the games and make their choices and what they're comfortable with, and Bethesda's just like, well, we have the money, so just make what you want.
Experimentation like that can really set the scene for something huge. Like the biggest example that I can think of is Call of Duty Zombies. Zombies
Oh,
was
yeah.
such a last-minute addition, and now you look at where it is. It's probably
The most demanded
biggest.
feature.
Exactly right, and Black Ops was at the time the most sold Call of Duty game, and I think it was predominantly because of zombies. It was just so much fun, and then they just took the ball and they ran with it. So I like this experimentation in DLCs because you never know what could come of it. I know that zombies in Call of Duty is my favorite thing in the world. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for the old school zombies. It's because it's such like a weird way of saying it. It's such a magical thing because it just kind of caught on and it became a thing.
Yeah.
And I just
Yeah.
remember every day hopping on Xbox Live with my friends, going for all the Easter eggs and the Nazi zombies.
Yes.
What was our? All right, let's do this real quick. We're gonna veer off again. Favorite Nazi zombie map?
Curious. Easy.
Yep.
Oh.
Either
guys,
that or Shino, whatever.
Shino
Shino
Numa.
Numa.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
god, Shino Numa was so fucking good. World at War was the best Call of Duty.
Yeah.
The best.
What?
They're
Yeah,
bringing back gore though in Black Ops 3. Apparently they're bringing back gore, which does have me a little
Gore?
excited. Yeah, like you can shoot off the bottom half of people and like they'll
Oh,
chop in half.
I thought you meant it was like a map. I'm like, I don't remember a map named Gore.
No, I meant like actual body parts falling off and stuff.
No,
It
my
might be an
favorite map
actual
was
Emery game.
it was Shangri-La. Do you guys remember that map?
Shangri-La.
It was the,
was like-
the jungle one.
The jungle
Uh,
outdoors one where you could like slide down like this tunnel like through this water slide, and that's how you would escape zombies. It was so much fun. I fucking loved
Those-
it. It was like
Oh,
this
was this in Black
pillar
Ops 2?
area.
I
Black
think
Ops 2.
Okay, yeah, I
Yeah.
remember. Yeah.
Was it? I thought it was
and-
one. Was it two?
It was
No,
like
it
a
was two, I
giant
think.
tower. It was a DLC one, right?
Yeah.
I
And it had
remember
like
that.
this area where there was mud and then like designs or things on the wall where you had to change as part of the Easter egg. That one was really cool. I liked it.
Yeah, those screamer zombie things, because like they were like the special types in that
Yeah.
one. No one
Yeah.
told me that, so I was just sitting, around like 3. I'm just checking my window. All I hear is this loud screech from behind me, and I flipped out because no one told me there were these demon things screaming at me now. So I'll always
I
remember
love
that.
zombies. But
I
the
really-
best thing about zombies, I remember like first when Ascension came out. No, that was Black Ops 2, I think as well.
No, Ascension was one.
It was Ascension 1. All right, I apologize. Ascension didn't have the Easter egg tied to the achievement. So when you found out about the Easter egg, it wasn't like really, really obvious. You had to kind of search for it deeply. But then from then on, all of the Easter eggs were tied to achievements, so they were a bit more obvious. But that first map, when you had to like go on these floating platforms in the air and collect letters, that wasn't an achievement. So many people didn't find out about it. I really, really enjoyed that.
I think one of the most enjoyable things about zombies was that there was always that like mystery, like the mystery feeling when you first entered like a DLC for the first time for zombies or something, and like when you party up with friends and you just start up the first time, you're like, it's like that, like you see like the round one begin and it's like, all right, here we go, like this is full of fucking secrets, let's do this. I get so hyped.
And now we're finally getting a zombies after 3 years because they decided to change the dev cycle, which is good. All right, we don't get too many zombies games, and they get to concentrate on it. But I haven't played zombies in almost 3 years, and it's killing
Only
me.
reason I'll buy Black Ops 3. Only reason.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
me too.
same.
Like,
that says
the
so
multiplayer,
much about what Call of Duty offers. I'm gonna buy it for what was essentially a little mini game.
Yeah, exactly. It was incredible, and I had so much fun on the very first World at War zombies map. Oh man, that was just incredible. But I think it was the hardest map out of any other ones, because in zombies maps, what I like to do is find an area where I can just loop around.
Yeah.
And then that's why I'll get to like level 30, 40, whatever. But in that map, you had nowhere to hide.
Yeah.
It was fucking intense.
In World at War, I think it was Keener to Toten. That's the first map,
Keener
right?
to Toten,
Yeah,
that's the
there
one,
was
yeah.
in that if you went up the stairs with the couch removed, and I think you went like through the door and down that next flight of stairs where the mystery box usually spawns. If you run around in circles around those 2 pillars in that room, that's usually how people like loop zombies, and it's like absolutely endless. It's crazy.
I know that there was a glitch for a while, and this is a thing that annoys me. People will find glitches and just completely ruin the leaderboard. And I'm just like, oh
Yeah.
man, you didn't really get to level 99, did you? Like, fucking.
Oh man.
I remember in World at War, I think it was in the first one, you could like, if you crouched under the grenades in the upstairs and then you stood up or something, it would like create a barrier and like the zombies couldn't get to you. And then they patched it one day to where if you tried to do the glitch, it would kill you instead. So like all the glitchers, they got trolled so hard by Treyarch that day. It was amazing.
That's so
That's
good.
That's so good. Good for Treyarch.
I remember, I think it was Black Ops 1, and it was the very, very first map where if you lay down in a corner and then somebody dived on top of you into that corner, you would die. I don't know
That
if
was
you
on
ever...
purpose.
Was that on purpose? Yeah,
Yeah, it was for something stupid because Samantha would laugh when it happened. So it was,
Yeah.
I think it was just a stupid Easter egg that they just put in to troll people.
There was while we're talking about like glitches and everything, I don't know about you guys. We'll wrap up this Call of Duty discussion with like our favorite glitches rather. I think my favorite one, it was in like I ran a whole channel on Call of Duty glitching, but the one that I always think of first for some reason was in Call of Duty 4. What you had to do was you jumped on a washing machine on this one map. I can't remember what it was. I think it was like Ambush. And when you were standing on it, you had to jump backwards. Like you had to be facing away from where you're jumping because apparently you jumped higher going backwards. And then you just go up this entire building with like stair sets, almost like it was intentional. And you're able to run around the top of the map and like jump buildings and stuff. And like there's this whole new map because you can get on top of everything. It's crazy.
Yeah, I remember that. It was like, I think it was called Crossfire or something.
Crossfire.
People would always do that. You'd have to like get a sniper and go kill those people. It was so annoying.
I loved it though.
That's pretty cool. I remember, I can't remember which map it is. My memory is fucking terrible. But there was this one map where you could hide inside a rock and no one would know that you're in the rock and you could just shoot people in there. That was a really, really bad glitch for a while.
Oh my god, I know what you're talking about. I don't know what map it is. I just remember the rock. I'm just thinking of that rock sitting there.
You get killed when you walk by there. Like, fucking someone's in the rock again, and then you go kill him. That was good times.
Favorite glitch, Nissan?
I'm trying to think.
There was a lot of them.
Yeah, no, I can't think of any.
You choke artist.
I'll say another one while Nissan tries to think. All right, I think it was. No, was it? I can't remember which map it was. Fucking anyway. It was in Zombies, and it was myself and my cousin playing, and he's like, all right, bro, I've got to go away for like 30 minutes. I'm like, fuck, I got to lead a zombie for 30 minutes. And 20 minutes in, when he was gone, Samantha just laughs, and I die.
Really?
I don't know. Literally, it fucking happened to me because I think the game maybe noticed that he was away for a while, so they just decided to fuck with me. But literally, that's what happened.
Wow.
Samantha just laughed in the background, and we both died. I'm like, all right, cool,
Wow.
that's fucking. And he comes back, he's like, bro, what the hell happened? I'm like, I swear, I have no idea what happened. Samantha just fucked with us.
Wow.
Swear to God. Yeah. Good times.
You think of one, Nissan? Or are you still choking?
Yeah, no. It was a
Thinking
Call
about
of Duty
how
4
tough I am.
map. It was I don't remember what the map was. It was like a construction map. It was in the desert or whatever.
Oh,
And
I know what you're talking about. I don't know
if
the
you
name.
went on the second story and then you could like jump on a telephone pole and then jump into a
Oh.
palm tree. And then I think there were ghillie suits in that game or something.
Yeah, if you played the
people would just
sniper
grab,
class.
people would just grab silenced weapons and you'd just be getting killed by like God. And everyone was so confused for like the first 3 weeks that Ghost was discovered. It was terrible.
Holy shit, Maddie. Check out fucking Twitter. Holy fuck.
What happened?
Sorry, I've just interrupted you, but check out your notifications on Twitter. That's awesome.
All right, hold on 1 second. Then we'll get into the final and most exciting
Oh,
piece
is
of
it
news.
that thing where it, like trails off? Is that what you're talking about, Lon?
No. It's a photo of like two
Oh.
paladins and then a NCR ranger, and it has our faces on the top of them. I'll tag you in there, Nissan, as well.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, shit!
Isn't that awesome?
Yes.
Fuck yeah, YouTube banner.
I was about to say, that's a banner. Saving
That's
that to my
awesome.
phone.
Oh,
Cool.
Look at Noah. He looks like a fucking geek.
Fucking no.
He looks, oh my god. Noah actually looked like a cool anime character. Holy fuck. Look at Noah. He'd look like a fucking ideal anime character. Oh my god. You too, Lone. Holy shit. This is awesome.
That's really cool. That's really cool. I like this.
I'll put it up on screen for those who are watching. Anyways, let's move on to our final news bit. The most important and biggest Bethesda news of this week. Doom gameplay has been confirmed for Bethesda's E3 conference. There's a lot to discuss around this, a lot of angles rather than, oh my god, Doom gameplay is going to be at Bethesda's E3 conference. Let me start off with this. I called it. I think the entire community called it.
Oh man, yeah, and this is the thing. I kind of guessed that it was going to happen, but I honestly did not expect that they would show any gameplay before E3. I thought that they wanted to keep it a surprise, and even though it was literally like a millisecond, it still surprised me.
Yeah.
see,
You go on.
yeah. So if the Doom gameplay is revealed at E3, that could we could take it either as a good thing or a bad thing. Because it would be a good thing if they just wanted to get a lot of gameplay out at E3. So like, Fallout 4 comes out, they have gameplay for it, or they're trying to start a trend of their own to where they release a trailer and then they do the gameplay a few months later. So that could be good or bad depending.
Yeah, it's interesting.
What I want to talk about real quick is, there's so many things I've been thinking about with this thing. Let's start off with this. They did something that's not Bethesda-ish, which is pre-announcing an announcement. Why did they change that up? They announced that there's going to be Doom gameplay when they usually just kind of keep to themselves and just do it,
Well, the game has technically been announced already, so I guess I didn't really breach that.
Rather a gameplay announcement, I should say.
Yeah, fair enough. It is interesting because what has this happened with in the past? I don't really know, and that's why I said I was surprised with it.
Yeah.
It looked pretty cool though, didn't it?
It did. A little monster with a turret on his back.
And I think it was just enough. Like they didn't show too much to ruin the surprise at E3. But going back to the Fallout 4 point, while the games aren't related, I understand. the fact that they've shown this now means that they really need a surprise at E3. That could have been the surprise.
That's what I was thinking. That was my next point, is that you have... Okay, let's list off all the games. Old Blood was announced and released before E3. Yeah. Doom gameplay has already... That's not going to be a surprise. Now we know it's coming there. Like, what else is there? You know, ESO is already going to be out before E3 starts. Obviously, The Evil Within's DLC is going to be out before E3 starts. Mm-hmm. It's like, what is there now? It's got to be a bunch of new games and new partnerships. Yeah. It's got to be. Mm-hmm. If they're going to be doing a conference, that's what it has to be.
I'll be interested to know what new developers have signed up with Bethesda to get them to publish games. I reckon that there's going to be maybe one or two new IPs, maybe from new studios that we've never seen before. Mm-hmm. I think that would be really good. And then of course, they're going to talk about Elder Scrolls Online. They're going to talk about Doom and hopefully Fallout 4.
That's the thing. That seems like, I'm not trying to sound greedy, okay? But that seems like too little for like an hour and a half conference. Usually is how long they run. We'll say about an hour and a half. That's
unless they give us like a half-hour Fallout 4 gameplay.
That's true.
Yeah. That's
now my prediction, or I'll say prediction is not the right word, but my guess is that Bethesda Game Studios. Here's my bold guess here. Is that Bethesda Game Studios is like splitting up in a way, and they're gonna have multiple projects. Because they're a big-ass studio now. But I feel like that's their strength. But I'm just saying. That's what just came to mind. I know they're not a studio that churns out games, but I'm just thinking, like, in the terms of... I know it's quality over quantity, but right now, it's kind of quantity over quality when it comes to fitting in games at this conference. Yeah, you think at... what's it called? Like, Microsoft's conference. Think of how many trailers and gameplay segments they have. Same thing with Sony. Same thing with EA, Ubisoft. Like, they have a good, like, I'd say 10 games usually. Maybe I'm stretching a little bit. That might be too high of a number. But you get what I'm saying. That, you know, let's count them off. Doom, Fallout 4. We'll say ESO expansion maybe. That's 3. 2 new IPs, that's 5.
Got to be new IPs. But we don't know how long the thing is running for, and I wish that they would tell us, because it would give us a good indication. I think 30 minutes would be too short.
Way too short.
Yeah, I'll say 60 minutes. I don't think they can go to 90 like Microsoft. Like they're nowhere as big as Microsoft in terms of how many developers they have under them. I don't believe anyway.
Well, so yeah, but then you look at like EA and Ubisoft. They don't have really, in the scheme of things, have many, or at least, you know, I shouldn't say that. EA has a lot of developers under them, but.
Well, let's say this. Maybe, and just maybe, while they may not have many...
Sorry, I just remembered one to the list. 6, Battlecry. Probably going to be there.
And Battlecry is good. But one thing that I wanted to say is that maybe the fact that they don't have many games is a big indication that they will have a lengthy gameplay of Fallout 4 or of Doom. One of those two games. And lengthy, I mean 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I think that's possible.
No, that does make sense. I mean, it's possible. There's just so many... This little reveal of Doom kind of brings out a lot of angles that can be analyzed from Bethesda. Because now that's like... Yeah, part of the fun of E3 is like the surprise factor. You want to... You don't know what's coming. At least provided you're not a part of like the press who gets early access so that they can give coverage on their website. Where now the public knows about Doom, it's kind of like... Well, like I said earlier, what is there now? Now we're just kind of left wondering.
In my opinion, I reckon it was obviously it was completely intentional. They released the bloody trailer, but it was intentional in the sense that they know that they have Fallout 4 and like the trailers and gameplay ready to go. I reckon that they do, and they didn't want to have anything overshadow Fallout 4 in the sense. I know it's difficult to say that, or Fallout 4 is going to be overshadowed, but they want that to be the spotlight. And I think if they had done that and then also had as a surprise the Doom gameplay, no one would have given a fuck about Doom. Now people are talking about Doom without talking about Fallout 4.
That's true.
I think it's a very, very smart decision that they did.
That's a really good point. You know, one thing though, let's cover a concern as well. Thank God I remembered this. Everyone thinks now that for some reason, I think people are brand new now that Bethesda's making conferences. Like, I'm dead serious when I say this Bethesda community is an actual community, because I think people don't pay attention to these other developers except for Bethesda. And the reason I say that is because a lot of people are like, Maddie, Doom is going to be at E3. I guess no more Fallout 4. Like, they think, like, conferences are just, like, one game, kind of like a big display at the conference, and that's it. I swear. I'm not just saying this for the podcast. I promise you, like, people are freaking out thinking Doom is the only game Bethesda's showing at E3, or that Doom is the game Bethesda's making. That's why Bethesda needs to change it up, okay? Have Bethesda Game Studios change your Bethesda software name to something not Bethesda and just say, we are now this. Because I understand you want that similarity, but people get confused. I used to, before I became like this ginormous Bethesda fan, I used to get them mixed up. I was like, who's Softworks and Game Studios? Like, you know, maybe I was just stupid. Maybe, you know, it's not really that big of a thing, but like when you see Bethesda's name, you just think Bethesda on like a box or whatever. If you're just like kind of a, I guess casual is the best word.
Yeah.
Filthy casuals.
Yeah, filthy casual.
Bloody plebs.
But we'll go back to this. How do we quell some fears here that Doom is not the only game at Bethesda's E3 conference?
Well, they have an entire conference to fill, and it can't just all be Doom. It's kind of a common sense argument. There's no way that could be the case.
Okay.
Nissan?
Yes.
Yes.
Bring some comfort to the fans, Nissan.
Nissan, everyone's depending on you to calm the fans down. What do you say?
Well, people are not gonna be calm. I can tell you that much. Yeah, like there's always a lot of games at these conferences, so it's unless they plan on giving us like an hour of Doom gameplay for some god knows reason, there's gonna be more stuff. Like everyone's job.
Yeah, see, like, you know, you think this is such a stupid discussion. Like, I know that's what you guys are thinking right now. I swear, like, I think the Bethesda's community is a community that's learning still. Like, I had to explain a series that I've been running for, like, weeks. Yeah, like, I had to explain that because there were so many questions about it. Like, I feel like this is a community that needs to constantly be informed because we're so analytical with everything. We look so deep into everything that we miss the common point, you know, the common sense point. It's just...
Yeah.
I'm guilty of it too. I usually sometimes look too deep where I'm like, this is just nothing, Maddie. Take it at face value.
Because, you know, you read a tweet that seems inconspicuous, but there's a slight little reference, like, oh, that could mean something. We've just got to...
I usually give myself a pat on back for noticing it and then move on.
I think sometimes we just got to, all right, read something, go to bed, have a drink of water, and then read it again. And see if you feel the same way.
Time to just wake up in the morning. All right, time to check out that tweet. That tweet from
was
Pete
I
Hines
thinking?
about ketchup and mustard.
I saw that. What was
my
that?
It said Hines on it. I was just like, because I thought of that too. I wasn't just saying, like, I was obviously putting it out there for the joke, but like, I was eating hot dogs today, and like, I just look over and I see Heinz ketchup and mustard. I'm like, oh my god, Pete Hines. I was like, I have to share this.
I honestly think, I'm sorry, Maddie, Pete has muted you on Twitter.
Oh,
I think he
no
has.
doubt. Like I said last week, yeah, there was that time span where like he answered anything. Like he was a good friend of mine, and then all of a sudden I don't exist.
Oh, poor Maddie.
I can only imagine like the one time. I'm sure at one point or another I'll end up interviewing Pete. I can only imagine how painfully awkward that's gonna be. Hey Pete, I've been covering that unannounced game for almost 2 years now. How's it going? I kind of troll you on Twitter on the rare occasion in a lighthearted fashion. You probably despise me.
I could just imagine you first seeing Pete Hines. Like, hey Pete, know who I am? He just runs away.
Or punches Maddie in the face, either way.
Nah, I think he's really sensitive about that type of stuff. Like, someone said, fight me at PAX to him. He's like, why the fuck would I do that? Like, he got really mad.
Jesus.
Poor Pete.
There's that one meltdown he had. Do you remember that meltdown he had where he was like, people were calling him like a dick and an asshole because of something in the Fallout community? And like he had that meltdown where he's like, oh, I guess since I'm talking about our unannounced game, I'm Pete the Dick Hines or something like that. Like he was getting really, no, it was like this, and like games, like a couple of games press like made articles about like Bethesda's PR meltdown and stuff. It was actually a big deal.
God.
And like, because I remember people always asking me, Matt, are you going to cover Pion's meltdown? I'm like, I think that's the last thing he needs is to hear what people have to say about his meltdown. Like,
exactly. Look, I think the best practice, and this is what I do all the time, if you see someone's tweet that irks you the wrong way or pushes you in the wrong way, just write your response and then delete it.
Yep.
That's the best thing you can do.
Yep. It's literally magical. I don't know how it works, but it does. Like, I'll just type it out. I'll type out like 50 different responses. Like, I'm fucking tearing this guy up, and I'll be like, I feel good now.
Yeah, because you know that you would fuck him up or her up, so you can just leave it. You're like, all right, I know I can destroy you, but I'm not gonna.
Except when I made my video about my E3 trip and like how I canceled it, and this fucking dude came at me who somehow had like 30,000 subscribers. He tried to apologize later. I was like, fucking blow me. Like, no. Are you kidding me? He's like, I was in no position to call you out. I was like, yeah, I fucking know you weren't. You don't have to tell me that twice.
I think that guy, like, I think I made like one small remark, and it was directed towards him and you, and he like blocked me immediately. I was like, what did I do?
He blocked everyone but me. He blocked Noah. He blocked anyone who responded to it. I was like, okay, well, you kind of had it coming to you.
Yeah, he was not prepared for that.
It was crazy. Yeah, I wasn't prepared for it. I didn't expect an army to fucking come at this dude. I was like, oh yeah, let's go.
Maddie's on his high horse charging.
I was reading it and I just didn't
Armored
believe
horse.
what I was reading. That was interesting.
The horse armor DLC armor horse thingy. Anyway, shall we? I don't know. Like, have you ever started speaking and then just like lose your train of thought and then you just say stupid shit? I do that all the time on this podcast. I hate it. Let's move on to segment 3, the Bethesda Spotlight, where we talk about our favorite thing that happened this week, or if you're a guest ever for Bethesda. But Nissan, you're a repeat guest. So
yes, indeed. I'm here to ruin 2.
Hold on. All right, literally this morning, I was in bed. All right, Maddie's direct messaging me. He's like, "Bro, we need to find a guest. I'm trying to find someone."
I invited 2 people, man. Like,
so he's like, "I'll try and find someone." I'm like, "All right, cool, Maddie. I'm going back to sleep. Message me whenever you're ready." He messages me like 30 minutes later. I can't find anyone, and I'm thinking in my head, "Well, you know what? Nissan last time didn't talk too much. Invite him again." And that's how we got you back on, Nissan.
Yeah.
And you do such a good job with us modding our Twitch streams. It was the least we could.
Chaos, yes.
Oh my god.
Hookers, stop posting links.
The links in the essays. You gotta end them.
You suck, whore. Every fucking time.
So I gotta get your attention somehow, and you don't read the chat, so I have to like spam the chat for 20 minutes.
I try to read the chat, but like, all right, put yourself in my shoes. I'm sitting here playing Fallout, and like people are asking me about my dick and stuff. Like, I'm gonna ignore these people. Like, I'm not gonna answer these questions. I brought it on myself because I answered like personal questions before, but like not that personal. That's ridiculous.
A lot of people do it because they're like, we're trying to get your attention by being funny, so you would answer the questions, I guess, and then like. That happens, so yeah.
I love sometimes because a lot of my viewers on Twitch are from Maddie's, and then I'll just be playing, right, and then literally playing for like a couple of minutes, don't check the chat, turn back and check the chat, and they're just involved in this in-depth conversation about like 16th century art or some shit.
Yeah, we were talking about like Roman like civil laws and government that one time. Like we went off on a tangent, and Lone was like, you were like so confused, like, what are you guys talking about? Like, don't worry about it.
I'm streaming here, pay attention to me. No.
No, that's true though. That even happens in my chat. Like there'll be like an in-depth discussion between like 5 people going on in this middle of like just like shit sifting through. Like, it's really interesting. And like sometimes like as the streamer, like I don't want to disturb in a way, like I don't want to say disturb, but like they're having this like engaging conversation, like you're trying to think of a way to dance around it,
and you're kind of like, hey guys, what are you talking about? Can you involve me, please?
Yeah, like I'll just interject my opinion, like I'm that guy who's like standing in a circle of friends and doesn't talk at all until like the last moment, and I'm like, hey, well, here's what I think about this.
No, I put it this way, right? It's like we're on stage doing a show and everyone in the crowd's talking amongst themselves.
Oh my god.
How good that is.
Fucking douse the crowd in oil and set them on fire.
Thanks, Maddie.
Or gasoline, rather.
But with that tangent, Nissan, Bethesda Spotlight.
Yeah, good segue.
Oh, the Bethesda Spotlight? Oh, I got a unique one today. I was at a friend's house today. We were supposed to be working on our game we were doing, and then I had to try to fix his laptop I taught him how to mod Fallout in about like 4-hour crash course. So.
Crash course? That's a fairly lengthy course.
Oh my god, yeah.
Well, Fallout modding's not the easiest thing in the world, but yeah, I don't know. I guess because I haven't really been. I've been kind of busy doing just stuff, things,
Yeah.
and things. So yeah, I don't know. That was my Bethesda deal this week.
I was gonna say I get a lot of questions about, hey Lone, how does your Fallout 3 New Vegas run on Windows 8.1? Whether look, the only problem that I've had with Fallout 3, and Nissan knows about this, is after Death Battle, where my game was just
Oh my
corrupted.
god, I watched that.
Oh man, and I could not load saves, but it turned out that it wasn't Death Battle. It was because Minefield is such a corrupted area, just for my game generally. I don't know why sometimes that happens. That when I saved there and then used that save from then on, that save file was corrupted. So I could not, as soon as I booted up Fallout 3, I could not save or I could not fast travel unless I loaded a different save and went back to that save. It was fine. But for some reason, I had to do that shitty workaround. I'm like, no, I want to go back to a save before Minefield. And then I've never had that problem since. So my games run fine on Windows 8.1, but some people have a lot of issues with it. And I'm still trying to...
Yeah, there's because it's not compatible with Windows 8 or 7, and people always ask. There's a lot of tutorials out there that you guys can just look up and get compatible. Because one of the simple ones is like running compatibility mode, and then that fixes a lot of problems. So there's stuff out there.
Yeah, like putting on Windows XP or whatever. That fixes like 90% of issues.
Yeah.
Me personally, like the only issue I have, like, and it's the reason why I prioritize playing Fallout 3 over New Vegas is because I play, or like Nissan helped me install a stutter remover on Fallout 3.
Yeah, that's
good.
And
it helps so much.
You know, it's on New Vegas too, right?
No, it is. Yeah, I know, but I'm too lazy. And also, New Vegas is just so unappealing to me. I don't know why. Like, it's just like like when I'm playing, like, and when I'm doing a specific playthrough, New Vegas is interesting, but anything else is just not.
Oh, have you played Dust?
Dust?
It's a mod. It, like, takes place like 20 years after the events in New Vegas. Yeah, and then like the entire wasteland's like dead and stuff, and the tunnelers moved in from Lonesome Road, and it adds a new feel to New Vegas. So if you're bored in New Vegas, maybe try that because that was really interesting.
Yeah, apparently it's a really, really good mod. Yeah.
You like New Vegas more than 3, right?
Me?
no, I was talking to Nissan. I think.
Oh, yeah, Nissan. I've never asked you about that.
I'd say New Vegas only because of the modding capability it has, because it's a lot more stable, so there's a lot bigger mods. If that wasn't the case, I'd probably pick 3 just because of how expansive and in-depth it was.
So this is debate a lot, which game is better. First of all, you can love both. Second of all, the only thing about New Vegas, like, I love New Vegas, but the only thing, well, there are several things that annoy me about it. First of all, the soundtrack. There was not enough songs. I don't know how many times I heard Johnny Guitar or Big Iron on his hip.
Oh my god, Big Iron on his hip. To the stage where
I would stop listening to the radio. I just could not take it. But in Fallout 3 GNR, I would listen to that shit constantly. I sing it in my streams. I just fucking sing the song.
No, you whistle it in your streams and you hurt us.
Alright, for some reason when I whistle in my streams, it like hurts people's ears, but the mic is off to my side. It's like a headset mic. So I don't know how that happens. I really don't.
I think it's the pitch. Like it's even on, like, I remember, like, whenever like Noah whistled on Skype or whatever, like, he'd be listening to a song and start whistling, it just peaks all the volumes. It's really weird, but it does hurt. It's like, stop.
Well, I'll start whistling, just not even thinking about it. Look at the chat, and everyone's fucking dying because they listen to my whistling.
It's not a pleasant experience. No.
That was a good tangent.
Would anyone like to go next, or shall I?
You can go, Matty.
All right. So I was playing Fallout 3 this week, probably just capturing some gameplay. I don't remember, but I was walking around Georgetown, which is one of my favorite areas in the game. This isn't my spotlight, but I love Georgetown in Fallout 3 because it's just so different graphically, like, its style, because all the buildings really aren't destroyed here. I don't know why. Is there anything in the lore for that, by the way, or is it just a nice place?
Which one was Georgetown?
Georgetown's like every brick building is like standing perfectly fine. It's really interesting.
Georgetown. I haven't memorized the Fallout 3 map as much.
Yeah.
I don't remember it.
But
to the Fallout wiki.
Yeah, to the Fallout wiki. You'll see. You'll know when you see it. Anyways, inside like this random townhouse I found, it was like an unmarked location. Like, I just walked up to the door and it said enter townhouse. So I went ahead and did that. and it was like a house with a couple of dead bodies, and I go in this room and I find like a Mr. Handy, and you can activate him through like a terminal, and there's like this like options you can do, and I guess he was like a household helper or whatever, and like you can have him walk the dog or whatever, and when you click walk the dog, he just walks outside and like shoots enemies outside. But one of them was like to like tell a bedtime story to so and so. I forgot who it was. And what happens is I follow this Mr. Handy, and he goes to a skeleton on a bed, and it was like a kid's bunk bed. And he starts like telling this story. I don't even remember what it was really, because
it was just some nursery rhyme.
Yeah, it was just so creepy.
Yeah.
I was just like, what?
Doesn't he do that like just automatically? Like when you're not there, he'll just like pretend like people are living in the house, and he'll tell the bedtime story to the kid.
I think so, but you have to activate him through the terminal. That's
you have to turn him on once, and then he'll just do it. No, I think it's still standing because like there's nothing on the lore, so I'm just assuming here. That because it's like in the center of the town, it was a bit more protected from the bombs because of like other buildings and stuff. So. And the elements too, like irradiated rain and winds and stuff. It probably didn't corrode it as much. So
yeah, just like why. if you guys go through there, you'll kind of notice like the brick style is very different, but also just like there's a lot of buildings that are just erect in that area that look virtually untouched. It's interesting. It's one of my favorite areas in the game. Whenever I think of a nice whenever I want to really enjoy Fallout 3, I go there.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Oh, it is fair.
I'll go. So playing Fallout 3, fully modded game, it just got me thinking about the mods that I would like to see incorporated in Fallout 4, like how, for example, Iron Sights were included in New Vegas. And the one mod that I would be interested to know what you guys think about is the bullet time mod, where you press the button and it slows you down, but it doesn't stop you like VATS. So you kind of like slow down and you have really specific, accurate shots and kill enemies, as opposed to having time stop and then having VATS do the work for you.
Yeah.
Have you used bullet time before?
What I was going to say is that I did a Fallout 4 wishlist episode like I do usually every Thursday, and one of the topics that I talked about was that a viewer suggested was like choices in VATS, and they were kind of talking about like different parts to shoot the enemies and stuff, like you could shoot them in the neck or whatever. And I was thinking to myself, I can really honestly, VATS will never get old, so if Bethesda doesn't innovate on it, it'll be okay, because it's like a very unique feature. But in what you're saying, I could see Bethesda expanding it where there's multiple ways to use it, and I was going to say I agree that I could definitely imagine them using like a bullet time-esque feature where you slow down time, and you kind of just pick and choose your shots, or I don't know how else you could kind of use it in that term. Like you could do a little Max Payne dive and like go behind cover.
Nissan, what do you think about bullet time?
It's a cool mod. I like it. It's just like VATS is already there, so like Matty, you're saying how they could expand upon it and maybe use VATS in different ways, but I don't know. Like if I had bullet time and VATS in the vanilla game, I'd probably usually use VATS just because. One, it's easier, and two, it's still like you said, it's still unique. It's still something I enjoy using, and it's a very helpful tool.
Well, I really enjoyed using VATS. Don't get me wrong. I guess some people's arguments are that VATS kind of breaks immersion a little bit. Well, obviously, bullet time breaks immersion too. You're slowing down. It's like you press it, and you're in a video game, or that it's a mod. I guess the only way that people would start not using VATS is if the combat and the shooting mechanics actually felt like fluid and were like an actual first person shooter like you Call of Duty, but then that won't feel like Fallout. So I think you can't have your cake and eat it too. If you want to have be able to use VATS but you still keep that Fallout kind of awkward shooting mechanic is the best way I can put it, then don't complain against it, because if you don't want to have to shoot awkwardly, you have VATS to back that up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, the people who are obsessed about immersion, like, okay, I like immersion, I get it, but there's a point where it's like, chill out. Like, it's gonna be okay, I promise.
Yeah. No, you're right. I agree.
It's just like, if you don't like VATS, don't use it. It's not that hard. It's really not.
Even I know people complain about fast travel and immersion. I don't understand that.
My God.
I don't. If you think it breaks immersion, walk to the fucking place. Seriously. If you want to walk from fucking Megaton to Arafu, be my guest. I don't give a fuck. Just Stop complaining about fast travel.
I mean, it comes to a certain point with immersion where like I used to be not obsessed with immersion where like I'd say crazy shit like that, but I always think to myself like, oh, I really want to get immersed in this universe, and I do, but I still know in the back of my head I'm playing a video game. Like when reviewers are like, this is such a believable world, which I think Witcher 3 did perfectly fine. We'll get into that in a little bit, but like that's the most recent example of like a believable world. I still know I'm playing a video game. You know what I'm saying? Like there's not to that point where I forget I'm holding a controller or something. I feel like those are lines just used in reviews to like sell a certain point.
Yeah.
And like immersion's big, but like I think that's not the right word to use because it's not like you're gonna forget I'm holding a controller and playing a video game. Like, of course I'm gonna fucking know that. I'd say engrossed is the proper word. If you want to stay engrossed, I don't think those features damage the game at all.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think the most damaging things in terms of being immersed or whatever term you want to use is the fact that you have to exit, save, and then go back into the game. Yes, you have quick save on PC, but I don't believe you have it on console.
No.
And then and then the problem with console is it takes 8 years to save,
load.
so it
Fuck.
that's another problem. So
Yeah.
Yeah, loading screens I used to not care, but now like after a lot of games that just run without loading screens unless you die, loading screens are pretty big deal now. They kind of bother me a smidge. I think we'll have to worry about those for Fallout 4. I remember Todd Howard saying like with the next gen technology, they have like the extra memory to like load an area before you get there. So that's cool. Like once you get to the door, you can just open it and walk inside.
I have a really I have an inkling that if people want to play the game really well on PC, they're gonna have to get a newer graphics card. I reckon Bethesda's going all out. I really do.
Yeah. I'm gonna upgrade just for that game, honestly.
Yeah. I've got my 970.
I'm gonna cry. I'm not gonna have. I'm gonna have stuck with my 660 and be like, guys, I can play it on low at 20 frames. Yeah.
It's so much easier to stream on PC. Like I'm gonna buy it on PS4 for the trophies. I'm gonna buy it on PC so that I can stream it and fucking mod the shit out of it once I'm done with everything. Like 5 years later.
Yep. Excellent.
All right, well, that's our Bethesda Spotlight. Moving on to the fourth segment of the podcast, we're going to talk about what we're playing and our favorite gaming news bits.
Are we just going to talk about Witcher?
Oh, well, I know me and Lone have been playing Witcher. Have you been playing Witcher, Nissan? Because if not, you should go first then.
I played it for like 10 hours, so yeah.
Oh, shit, you
bought
it? All right. That's damn, I didn't know you bought it because you haven't like said anything to me about it. That's why I was like, I guess Nissan didn't pick it up. All right, cool. So let's have a little Witcher segment discussion. That's what we're all playing this week, all right?
Yeah.
How far? You said that you're 10 hours, Nissan. How far would you say you are alone?
I'm not that long. I'm like several hours in there, but I've gotten a good gist of the game.
Yeah, I'd say I'm around like the 15 mark. I'm level 12. How about that?
Jesus, you're level 12?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I'm like 3.
Oh, so you're still in White Orchard, probably?
No, I'm past the training map, but I'm still level 3. How'd you get 12?
Side questing, boy.
I did. Never mind. I'm gonna give up now.
All right, let's discuss this game as a whole rather than do a spoiler cast here. What do we like best about this game? Go.
The visuals.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think they have a unique charm to it. Like, you look at the foliage, I can't say that word, like the vegetation, just from a distance, I think they really nailed it. Like, you can go up close, and I don't think it's, like, the textures aren't that great, but especially looking at it from a distance, I reckon the landscapes look absolutely beautiful. And I know the first scene where you're in the room with Yanessa, and then you go onto the balcony and you just view the whole world. It's absolutely incredible. And then there was this one stage where I screenshotted it where the sunset was coming in, and oh man, it was like a beautiful Sunday afternoon. That was amazing.
Were you was that the one that you like one upped me on? Like I had that big hill picture, and then you fucking responded to me. I was just like, you dick.
It was just so beautiful. And like, if you've ever watched my streams, you know that I have a thing for sunsets.
Yeah, you into sunsets, dude.
Every night, like if I look at the moon, or like, oh, the moon looks great tonight, or look at the sun, like that's just beautiful. But it was amazing. Like it just really, I don't know how to describe it, but it's just awesome. It was such a cool feeling.
Would you like to talk about what you like most next, Nissan?
I don't know how to describe it. Like the way the world is alive, I guess you could say, because like they're
I
like the
agree.
loading doors, they're not there anymore. So it's just like, oh, what's going on inside? Let me peek in the window so I can get an idea. Or like, uh, kind of a spoiler, I guess, real quick. When you're in that bar and then those people come in to fight
Yeah.
you, and then
Yeah.
there's guys outside, like
Yeah.
you could
Yeah.
hear their voices, and you're like, you hear them say like, oh, hey, somebody go check what's happening inside the bar. So you can either get ready or run out the back. So that was one of the big things. Was like, wow, this game's different. It's not the
It's
general.
believable, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But not being a little bitch, you went outside and you kicked their ass, right, Nissan?
Oh yeah.
I did, yeah. I didn't even know the back was an exit when you said that. I just walked outside. I was like, oh, fuck, these guys want to fight too. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'd say my favorite thing about this game is that, like, the way its quests are set up. Like, okay, if you look at it from, like, a general perspective, the quests are kind of simple. You know, you go here, you use your Witcher senses there, and then you, like, explore a certain area, and you, like, kill something. That's kind of usually how it goes. And when you look at it from that perspective, you're like, oh, that seems kind of weak, you know, not that interesting. But it's what CD Projekt Red does with these quests and like the context they give them that make every one I've done interesting in its own right. Like there hasn't been that quest that like aside from like the treasure hunting ones, those are I don't want to say boring, but they're not really engrossing. But like the questing in this game from the main story to the side quests to the Witcher contracts, you know, like are so good. Like instead of just making a Witcher contract like a sign up on the board here and go kill this enemy, it becomes like an urban legend for the area that it's in. And then you can like read about it in the bestiary, learn about this urban legend, and then like you go out and you find out more about the lore of this creature thing, like a foglet or whatever. And then you know you find out what its weaknesses are, and then you kill it. And then you go back to the village and you show them like their head, and you're like, yep, it's dead now. That's like an example, but it's the context that they give in this game that makes these quests so interesting because it's just such an interesting experience. That's what I love most about it. It always has my attention.
And it's funny that you bring that up because the game that I thought of that doesn't do well in that sense is Borderlands. You'll go to the quest board and it's just like, all right, do this quest, yeah, sure, and you'll walk off. You don't really have any context behind it, and it's just like literally, I'm just completing this quest, so all these quests, so I can finish that board and get all the experience and level up, and then that's it, moving on. They don't really do a good job of explaining why you're doing the quest, which is, I think, really important. You know, if it's veering off from the main mission, then you got to have a bit of an explanation as to why you're doing this. Because if you're actually that character and you've got this big main mission, surely you will need some incentive to veer off a little bit and actually do something, and not just fucking I don't know, killing some random dude. I don't know.
From the Borderlands perspective, I think that's kind of like their charm. Like they never take
Yeah.
anything seriously. So like if you were trying
That's
to
true.
inject lore into like Borderlands 2 or something, everyone would be like, why is this paragraph here? What am I looking at? And then they'll close it anyway and go shoot the dude in the face and get the loot anyway. So at this point,
Well, it's
they
also
don't care.
I think also I'm not doubting what you said, Lone. I think it's also the motivation behind what you're doing. Like in Borderlands, I feel like the motivation is like to level up, get more higher level loot,
Yeah,
and that's
true.
kind of it. Where at The Witcher, like the reason you're probably invested in the universe is because like what you said, the graphics are believable. What Nissan said, the world's alive, or what I said, there's context there. Like it's what's happening in the game that's actually interesting. Where in Borderlands, I think it's more so like a result of what you do. Me and Noah, as you guys know, and I think we all here have like played a shit ton of Borderlands.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, like I love Borderlands, but I also love it because like me and Noah can have like a conversation about whatever while we play this game, you know. And then,
That is true.
But what's interesting though is that it's funny now that I think about it, Nissan, you say that like if Gearbox started taking Borderlands a little serious, it would be bad. I actually liked what they did with Borderlands 2, where like the main story was actually pretty serious at the end. Like people were dying, and it was really sad. I was like, wow, this is good.
It was serious, but like, and
Just
when I
enough.
say when I say serious, I mean like we have like the lore of like the Elder Scrolls, where I'm gonna have to sit down and go on a website and read for 3 hours, like that kind of thing. Like people are not gonna care about that. So like if they try to put a lot of lore into it, it's like no one's gonna read it.
Okay,
so.
I misunderstood then.
Yeah, but I guess it's just like, for example, and I can't remember if there ever was a quest like this, but let's say there was a quest where a town is in trouble and you have to go and save them. I would not want to read about that on a quest board. I would rather, as I'm traveling along, see a town in trouble physically and then have to help them that way, if you understand what I mean.
I had that happen once. I'll say it without any spoilers because it was like a random side quest. It wasn't anything big, but I like passed through this border area, and like this whole second half of the area I'm in now is like totally different from the upper half of the lands. And it's crazy because like the first thing I see is like a lot of dead bodies, dead carriages, like everything kind of looks grim and depressing. The first little side area I stumble upon is like a prisoner. He's just like sitting in there. And then like I'm just riding along on my horse and like some people are trying to burn down an elf's house. And like so I walk up and then like I convince these guys to go away without killing them. And then I saved this lady like by blowing down the door and walking outside. She's like, yeah, they just wanted an answer from me and I didn't give it to them, so they tried to kill me. And it just happened all so naturally.
And well, even like in the first area where you see the blacksmith and his house was burnt down or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you ask him, you see that happening in real time. Then you ask him about it and then you have to go and deal with it. That's what I prefer, as opposed to saying, oh, the blacksmith on the quest board or whatever has lost his house. Can you go and help him?
Yeah.
Like, I think that's a little less effective.
It's natural because it allows you to interpret what's happening first before they even say anything to you. You're like, oh, wow, someone's house burnt down. And then you talk to them and you get like information behind it. It's a really genius design to the game that you don't even notice while playing until you actually sit and talk about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, the thing that they did really unique in Witcher, or maybe not unique, but not very common at least, was you have to actually think about what you're doing. Because like you're saying, like Borderlands, you just, go to this objective marker and shoot people in the face. And then
It's mindless, yeah.
Yeah, and then Witcher, you're like, okay, this is happening. Let me go talk to these guys, get some background information. Okay, now I know a little bit more about what's going on. Let's see if I can figure out what actually happened here. Like, it's not just mindless waypoint tracking. It's actual focusing on what you're doing.
Yeah. I one thing I'm kind of surprised they did not integrate into the game, which kind of upset me in a way, was like... is this kind of like on-screen tracking of the waypoints so that I could look at the world around me, because that's just one thing I hate. It's like when a world is as gorgeous as The Witcher and I'm constantly like looking ahead of me, looking at the top right corner of the map, then looking back and forth. I wish there was like a faded transparent line on the ground or something I could follow so that I'm looking at the world that they made. I don't know if I'm the only one who's like that, but like I can't think of a game recently that's done that, but I always love it when they do, so that I can look around the world while I'm exploring.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
But that's a minimal complaint in the scheme of things. Do we have any complaints about this game? I have one.
I can't run it.
Can't run it?
I run it like medium at like 30, and I'm depressed.
Oh, that's so sad. I feel sad for you, Nisa.
And then Lone's running on ultra 60 FPS.
Yeah.
I'm running ultra 60 FPS. The only thing that I have to turn off is fucking Hairworks. Holy shit, that's a bottleneck and a half. Like I don't know why it was affecting it so much. It was the stage, as I said, I was on the balcony. How does Hairworks affect it that much when the people in the city or the town below probably weren't even rendered yet? Why was it such a bottleneck?
I don't know how it works exactly, but I'm assuming it's like a trillion, perhaps literal, bits of like meshes moving at the same time. Because like water is really demanding because it's a very dynamic and detailed mesh. So like if there's waves going, it's moving a lot of stuff at the same time. So I'm assuming hair works the same way, where if one bit of hair is moving, it's taking a lot of performance to render that and move it and then keep it continuous.
Yeah. Well, like, I know there's been controversy about how, NVIDIA is trying to co-opt the situation and ensure people that have AMD cards can't run NVIDIA Hairworks because you lose, apparently you lose, up to 40 frames per second if you have an AMD card. But you also lose a lot with an NVIDIA card. And in fact, NVIDIA recommends, I have the or the Experience GeForce or whatever app, and then it'll scan automatically what games I have and give me recommended settings.
Yeah.
It actually recommends you turn NVIDIA Hairworks off. So unless you're running an SLI setup, I don't think you should be running Hairworks.
Yeah, you guys remember in Borderlands 2 on the PC? Remember they had that dynamic blood effect that was running off in the video stuff? That was the same thing. Like it was such a heavy hitter, and you needed a really good graphics card to run it. So
Yeah, it's just
you
not
know,
worth it.
I'd say my only complaint about The Witcher 3, I don't know if it's a real justifiable complaint. I want your opinions on this, if you guys agree with this. I love the world design, but I also hate stumbling upon like a question mark area, like the undiscovered locations, and it's like a guarded treasure, and it's like a level 20 thing that I can't kill, and I either die because it kills me in one hit, or I try to run away, and like I have to just go somewhere else and like hope I remember to come back there at a higher level.
Yeah.
Am I the only one who feels that way? Like it's awesome because I leveled up a bunch and I went back to this guarded treasure where a basilisk was hiding, and like it was level 14, I'm level 12, so I was able to kill it. And when I killed it, I was like, fuck yes. And I looted the treasure, and I got like a brand new sword that looks badass. I got like new armor. I was like, yes, this feels amazing. But I was trying to think to myself in like retrospect, was this leveling up worth it? Where like I had to come back here way later, you know. I don't know if you guys agree or not. Like, let me know what you're thinking.
I completely agree with that, and I keep coming back to Fallout. But for example, I was just trying to complete the GNR quest, and I reach both a locker and a computer terminal that I couldn't hack, and they were like 50 points that you had to have attributed to those skills, and I was like, oh fuck, I have to come back and get these, but. First of all, the likeliness of you coming back and remembering that is probably pretty low, and it's just a bit frustrating. And I think the game that nails level progression just brilliantly is Pokemon.
Yeah,
You can go through that. Like it's such an odd example, but think about it. Like they have to make sure that every gym leader that you face, every trainer along the way, they're suited to your Pokemon's levels, and they do such a good job at that every time.
Yep, I agree. That's totally true. Pokemon's the shit, man.
Yeah, Pokemon's fucking awesome.
Any closing thoughts on The Witcher?
Nissan, you have the floor.
it's amazing. Does that count?
Yes. And Yennefer is really fucking hot. Oh my god.
Who does she remind me of? Who was the model that?
My ex-girlfriend. I'm just kidding.
People were saying Miranda from Mass Effect.
Kinda.
I haven't played Mass Effect. You're probably Maddie. I'm sorry.
What the fuck, man?
I know who it is.
But yeah, there's this character, I guess named Miranda, and people are saying it reminds them of her.
Kinda. No, but
have you guys
Miranda's
ever
a fucking
watched
smoke
Sons of
show
Anarchy?
too. Oh my god. No, I don't.
All right. Google right now a girl called Tara Knoll. That's who Yennefer reminds me of.
Tara.
Oh, Knowles.
Knowles. Knowles. I don't know why, but this was the girl that I thought.
Yeah, a little.
A smidge.
I'll be interested to know who actually did whose face they got the inspiration.
Bless her, whoever it is. Her, Trish, and or Triss Marigold, and Kira Metz is pretty hot too for a fucking silver-haired lady. Oh my god. Have you guys met Kira yet?
No.
Oh yeah.
Did you do? No, I won't spoil anything. But did you do her side quest line, like the whole subplot?
I think I got to like half of it. Maybe I finished it. I don't know.
You'll know it because it's like after this whole cave segment. Like I said, I won't spoil anything. But like, oh my god, the best part in the game so far is like her whole subplot. It's not even a part of the main story, and it's so fucking good. I love this game. I'm gonna fucking play after this, man. I can't wait. Let's finish this.
Maddie's gonna stream Witcher after this.
Yeah, we'll see if I even stream it. Yeah, I'm so fucking bad.
I'm gonna play for 12 hours. I'm gonna cry.
Favorite gaming news bit? Do we have any? I have one prepared. If anyone else, I'll go. All right. This week, Shuhei Yoshida of PlayStation announced that Bloodborne will be having an expansion. I am stoked. Now, why are you stoked, Maddie? Because I made this game my bitch. I walked in here thinking I was gonna get my ass kicked, and I did for 3 hours. And then all of a sudden, I flipped the switch. Like, hardly died at all. I learned this game inside and out. I beat it almost 3 times now, and I got the platinum trophy on it. Like, I did everything in this game. I killed every boss, got, like, all the magic items and everything. And you want to know what's the great part? Is I only used one walkthrough. One walkthrough for... Actually, 2, rather. I lied. One was a farming guide. One was a farming guide for Ritual Blood that I missed a Ritual Blood in a specific dungeon. And the other was to find one weapon that was in like a level 4 dungeon, like on the 5th level. Like it was completely hidden. It was so easy to miss. And it was like in a chalice dungeon. Those are like those optional things you can do. But yeah, I made this game my bitch, and I want more. This is my favorite game of the year so far. Witcher 3 is like competing with it right now. I gotta because Witcher 3 is like a 200-hour game. Like I gotta actually beat this game and everything before I decide. But Bloodborne, man, I fucking love to death, and I'm so hyped there's more, because I was afraid since it was a new IP and everything, and since like they just released the Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin, which is like an HD thing for Dark Souls 2 for the PS4 and Xbox One. I was afraid that they were doing too much, where they weren't going to be able to like do more DLC for Bloodborne, but I'm super stoked that they're doing more. I can't wait.
Fair enough. Maddie loves his Bloodborne.
I do. It's such a good game. Like, you want to talk about how many times I stopped to smell the roses in that game? Oh my god! Like, I just would look around, I'd be like, wow, and then I'd die.
Maddie, do they have Bloodborne on Vita?
No. Why? Is that some type of snub remark?
Yes.
Yeah, fuck you.
Maddie and his Vita. I remember joining your stream and you were talking about the Vita, and everyone in the chat was just like, Maddie, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
No one cares about the Vita.
Yeah, but then the people who had a Vita were like, Maddie's right. It's a beast.
Okay, every time you've talked about Vita, you lose like 5 Vita. Like, I'm not lying either. Like, people actually leave when you start talking. I'm like, guys, he's not talking about that long. Chill out.
Oh
People actually leave.
No, I know. Like, people actually get legitimately upset. You know, it's so funny.
That's hilarious. I'll quickly go. So it's about Witcher. I know we're talking about it a lot, and how there is I think I mentioned this. There's a glitch where you can get unlimited money or whatever in the game, and it's just a thing that irks me a little bit, because why would you do that? It just ruins the game for you, I think.
You know, someone's doing it too.
I know, like, of course, like, people are doing it, and they'll patch it, and that's fine. But I think it just ruins the game experience that the developers intended for you. You're meant to try and go through this game, not have any of these stupid glitches that help you in any way. Just play it as it was intended. I just don't see the benefit to doing that. I honestly don't.
There's one glitch. The most recent glitch I can remember exploiting, like during not an initial playthrough, it was my second playthrough. It was me and Noah playing Borderlands 2. And we took the glitch from Borderlands 1. It was the dashboard glitch, where what you do is you invite someone to your game, you trade them all your items and everything, and then you dashboard, because it doesn't save. But the person still has your items and your money and everything. And what you do is it's like an item dupe glitch, and you can like, you sell them and stuff, and then you just keep making money off of that. So like, you get a really rare weapon, and you just trade it to your friend, and you keep duplicating with him, and you just keep selling it, making a lot of money. And it's a glitch that Gearbox couldn't really work around at the time, because dashboarding was a thing. Now it's really not. What you have to do is like close out the entire game. It's what they should have done is just made an autosave after like everything you did in your inventory. That would have eliminated the glitch in general. But that's the only glitch I can think of that I use. I don't know why people actually do use them. It's like, after that I was like, wow, this is kind of defeating the purpose of the game. You know, I should be playing for this, not, you know, exploiting the game and then being like, oh well, I'll buy this.
Like, one glitch that I used, which I regret that I did because it took away from the victory, was Chromarax in Borderlands. That fucking thing was so hard to kill, and the only way that we did it was using a glitch. And then afterwards, we're like, well, that was fucking stupid. Why did we do that? You know what I mean? Like,
sorry to interrupt you, but they acknowledged that in the Borderlands 2. I think they actually acknowledged, they made a joke in the game about that glitch, about like, it was one of the cutscenes. They were like, "Oh, guy, you guys remember how we killed that thing like 1,000 times?" And they were like ragging on themselves. It was pretty funny.
That's good. Nissan, your turn.
Gaming news. I don't really look at the news. Sorry. I don't know. Like, I usually I don't hear about gaming news that much unless someone brings it up on Twitter, like you guys, or I don't know, Volta someone brings it up there.
He's such a smart person.
I don't know. I don't really look at that kind of stuff. So.
Oh, good.
I'm disappointed in you right now.
You should be.
Yeah.
Taking away mod privileges from you. I'm joking.
It is.
Suck ball. Ugh.
Oh no, please. Let's not start that again.
He got so butthurt. It was pretty funny. All right. Segment 5, fan questions. We have some interesting ones today. Let's get this one started with a really good one from @ThatGamingKing. We use his questions a lot because he asks a lot of good ones. He said, if Todd Howard left Bethesda Game Studios, how would the company and the games they work on change?
Oh, it's a really fucking tough question.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, we're going to assume they'd get worse. We can start off with something simple. I'd imagine so.
Well, all right, say if he was to leave, they would want to replace him. Like, literally plop someone else in his shoes. And I'm trying to think who would actually be a good replacement. Because no matter who you bring into there, they're going to have a different vision. They're going to have a different artistic intention with games. So whilst I don't think it might not be worse in that sense, but it would just be very different. And to many people, different is bad. So yeah. I guess you could see it like that.
I mean, the issue is that no game does it better in Bethesda as a whole, where literally once you finish that opening, you can do and go wherever you want. Like The Witcher, I tried doing that, and like I said, I explored the areas. I was too low level, I got killed, and I'm like, well, I gotta go do the main story now to level up a little bit and get accustomed to these lands. Where in, Skyrim, we'll take for example, go through that I forgot the name of the first cave you're in after you get attacked.
Barrow?
Yeah, Bleak Falls Barrow. You literally exit there. Okay, go where you want. And that is such a unique thing in its own right. It's also, you're just so talented. You took an overhead strategy game from the 90s and modernized it and made it more popular than it's ever been. That takes a lot of skill. I can't even imagine Bethesda Game Studios without him now.
What I will say, and I'm not sure how much sway Todd Howard has over this, but maybe if someone else was in his shoes, we wouldn't have the liberties that we have with modding. Maybe it was Todd Howard that was the pinnacle behind it and really said, yeah, let's let people mod our game. Maybe that would have been different without him there. Who knows? I hope not. It's scary to think about.
Yeah, that'd be... I don't know what I'd be doing half my time. If it wasn't modern Fallout games, I don't know what I'd be doing. So
yeah, because Pete Hines have said, he lets developers do their thing. Well, they let Bethesda, they let developers do their thing, and particularly with Todd Howard. So, I don't know. It could have been Todd Howard behind the whole, let's release the GEC. Let's let people mod our games. And, I don't know. That could be different. Who knows?
I mean, to be honest, who did that? Who released developer tools before Bethesda did? Did he start a trend, perhaps? Because, a lot of games do that now. Yeah, because, Dying Light, they have developer tools now. I know a few other games.
I'm sure Witcher will get mods eventually as well, Witcher 2.
Witcher 2 does have mods, yeah. Or at least I noticed on Nexus when you open it up, that's one of the games they check for mods, Witcher 2, which I found kind of weird. I was like, what?
Well, CD Projekt Red is very big on mods. I think one of their add-ons for Witcher 2, were actually player-made mods.
Really?
Yeah, so
that's cool.
They're right there next to Bethesda about modding, so.
I didn't know that. Oh, man. I mean, you look at Todd Howard and the company itself, he saved that company. It's hard to replace a guy who took a company that was about to go bankrupt and brought it up to its best form now. He's just a leader and he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I agree with that. Without a doubt. It'd
be a change for the worse, to put the answer simply. Moving on to a more, we'll say, personal question from Adriana182. She asks, how do you style your hair in the morning?
Nissan, do you style your hair?
It just dries I just dry my hair and it's just like this. So that's no, I don't.
You got serial killer kid who comes into school with a leather jacket and his hair is still drying when he walks inside.
No, not yet.
I style my hair. I use 2 forms of wax, which I know people will be like, oh, you're such a loser. But yeah.
Nah, I used to use wax when I was a kid.
You tunnel snake?
Yeah. Take us through your morning routine. When I'm standing next to you, you're gonna teach me how to style your hair. What do you do?
Teach me to be a king.
Okay, so I'll have a shower, make sure my hair is completely dry, and then the first wax that I use, it gives me like a matte look and it gives it a lot of volume, and then the second wax gives it a wet look just to finish it off.
Just to look sexy. All right, nice.
Yeah, exactly.
And what do you do with your hair? Do you like sway it back over your ears?
No. If you look at my YouTube banner art, it's kind of it's not that long anymore, but it's like off to the side with a fringe. Yeah.
Okay, we kind of have similar haircuts then. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
My morning routine is a little interesting when it comes to styling my hair. As you all know, I don't think you guys know, I'm like a freak with my hair. Because the story is that it took, in 6th grade, I was watching Drake and Josh, and I saw Drake Bell. I was like, wow, I want to grow out my hair like that, stupid ass bowl cut. But I really just wanted long hair. So I started growing out my hair. My parents offered me like $100 to cut my hair. I was like, no. In 8th grade, I had literally a mullet. I posted a picture of it on Twitter a long while ago. You might have seen it. I literally had some fucking ridiculously long hair at one point. Throughout my entire like high school career, up until my senior year, like my hair was just unkempt, fucking curly fro looking shit. Like it was,
Jeez.
and you know what's funny is that I like right now. I'm not trying to like sound like an asshole or anything, but like right now I don't have too much problem getting girls. But like back then, like it was like I had girls all over me. I was like, why? I didn't work out. I didn't play sports. I played video games all the time, and my hair was not fucking cut. What did these girls see in me? I don't get it. Anyways, going back to now. So around senior year, I start to finally solve the mystery of Maddie's hair and how to get it exactly how I want it. So I realized that my hair has grown what is I like to call the wings. They come out on the sides, if you guys noticed. It's got this natural flow to it. I have a special way of doing this. It's very special. It takes a lot of technique. I used to originally, because I was so obsessed with it, I used to like take a curling brush and kind of curl them out a little bit. But that started to not work anymore. It became less natural and more of a girly looking thing. So I was like, no, gotta stop that. So what I do is I'll take my shower and I'll dry my hair. And then what I'll do is I'll comb through my hair. I'll do a little comb over, like over the left side of my head, do like a full comb over, and then go straight down on the right side and straight down on the back. And then what I'll do is I'll let it sit for like a minute while I like brush my teeth, and I'll shake my head out. And then it'll kind of have this kind of, it'll be loose now. And what I do is I take a blow dryer and I start off by going against my chest and I go under. And that's how I start to build the wings up. What happens is that my hair starts to push up at this point now. And I'm starting to get my flow back. So after the wings are dry, I come up top and I brush again. I kind of like go back and forth, kind of waving the blow dryer along the like my forehead area to kind of dry out the front. So now my wings are dry and my front is dry. Then I have to go up top and the technique is to constantly shovel the blow dryer like left and right as I skim through my hair, and then I kind of comb it a little bit, brush my hair through it, comb it again, and then I shake it a little bit, and it's good for the day.
Maddie 2015, my wings are dry. Holy shit, that was so good to listen to.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's an involved fucking process.
It doesn't take as long as it sounds. That's like a 5-minute process. Like, that's too long for a guy.
Put a lot of work into that. Let me tell you. I sit here, I dry my hair, and then you guys are just like, well, I gotta use a blow dryer 3 different times, and I have to angle it a certain way. I'm
I
like,
never said that.
I used to straighten my hair in fucking in middle school.
I used to do that too.
I like wanted long hair. My mom was like, "Oh, if you straighten your hair, it's longer." I'm like, "Yeah, bro, bust out the straightener." I started like straightening it. I was like, "Wow, I look like a fucking." I don't even want to say the word, but you know what I'm gonna say.
Excellent.
Yeah, but that's how I style my hair in the morning, Adriana.
Good question.
Moving on to the next question from Jadrian 98. Okay, he asks, who would win in a fight, you and Lone versus Pete Hines and Todd Howard?
That's a really simple question. I think we all know the answer to that, right?
Yeah, let's break down our skills, Lone. What you're gonna get into a fight? What qualities do you offer, and I'll give what qualities I offer.
Yeah. Well, as you can see from my recent Twitter picture, I can like crumple a metal bucket pretty easily. So that's what I would do. I'd like grab Todd and Pete like together and just squish them.
Andrew's just gonna be in the back with his like phone recording.
Yeah.
Like that.
Well,
That's
No. I've got to fight on my own for 5 minutes because Maddie's doing his hair. Then he'll join in and finish the job.
All right, we're actually squaring up to fight them. Like we meet them at PAX East. Like there's a fucking ring around us. What are we gonna do? Like what are you
always fighting at PAX East?
Yeah. What are you? All right, I'll tell you what I'd bring to a table in a fight. I think I have a decent amount of strength to my size. Like you wouldn't expect it. You know, you look at me, I'm tall and skinny. They're like, this guy's got nothing, and all of a sudden I outmuscle them. They're like, holy shit. So I have the surprise factor in me. I have a little bit of reach because I'm tall as well. I think that would help us out in a little fight. I think Pete Hines is a bit shorter, so I'm pretty sure I can knock his ass out.
If he listens to this.
Oh my God.
It was a question.
What else can I'm pretty quick. I'm quick on my feet because, you know, being skinny, I think I'm pretty fast. I don't know what said. I think he fought some black guy in 6th grade or something like that.
Jesus Christ.
I wish we had Noah in this fight. We could have some veteran experience as a fighter.
No, we could. That's our secret. We can actually get Noah to help us with the fight.
Yeah, we have the wild card. Noah's gonna be a special referee.
Just imagine Noah in a black and white shirt, like a WWE match. Here's a quick question. If it was like a wrestling match, what would be your finishing move?
Oh, like we're talking like I'm taking from the WWE?
Yeah, from the WWE. What would be it?
I mean, everyone always says the RKO, but like I'm a big Rey Mysterio fan. Like I gotta go with the 619.
Yeah, that's a good answer. What would be mine? All right, mine would be the pedigree when it was actually like he actually double underhooked the arms
and like
didn't
dropped them on their face, yeah,
on their fucking head. Like, and now that he like lets go midway and then they can cover their face. Like, no, fuck that shit. I want like a proper pedigree. Their head gets drilled into the ground. That's my finisher.
What a proper pedigree. I was what was it called? I was looking at Batista Bomb highlights of like him like throwing people through fucking tables and stuff. I was like, I kind of like this move, but it's a little underwhelming. It's like a what's another good move? They had this new wrestler that came in like a few years ago. His name was like Sin Cara, and like this dude's like a crazy acrobatic, and I'm like, I like this guy.
It was cool. The one move, I don't know if you remember, Alberto Del Rio.
Yeah.
He had really cool armbar that the first time I saw him do it on Rey Mysterio, I think it was.
Of course
it just looked sick. Like he just twisted and got him the armbar. Like, that's fucking awesome. I want to use that.
How did I forget? It was like the Hardy Boys combination finisher. They had like the twist of fate, and then like what was the jumping the like what was it? He like jumped out with his arms spread and like he landed like he did a flip at the last minute and landed on them. Yeah. What was that? But that's what we do, Lone. That's how we'd finish it. Like I'd hit someone with a twist of fate, and then you do like the high flying move and land on their chest, and then I'd pin Todd, and then Noah would count us out.
Yeah, then Noah would come up over the end and do like a frog splash to finish him off.
Noah, lion salt!
That's too much fun. Nissan, do you even watch wrestling?
What do you do, Nissan? God damn it.
Modded chats.
You don't play Mass Effect and you don't watch the WWE. Like, we're going to have some problems.
Well, we can always fight at PAX. It's always an option.
Yeah, we can make it a 6-man cage match.
we got to sponsor a fighting ring at PAX.
Elimination Chamber. Winner gets Fallout 4.
Yes.
Or instead of like, you know how they have like the Money in the Bank matches where they hang the briefcase on the top, they just hang a copy of Fallout 4 up there. Like we're all like reaching at the top of the ladder.
Oh, that's excellent. I love that. Can someone please do a fan art of that? Of just like
us all fucking reaching for this copy, like hanging from the top.
Fallout 4.
Like I have like Noah in like a headlock on the ground. It'd be so good.
That'd be amazing.
And like Todd and Pete like in the background. No, we created you.
We created you.
That's good. That's excellent.
Next question comes from Cabin San. He asks, where did you get your Twitter handles / YouTube names from?
Good question. Well, first of all, Nissan.
Yes.
I'm interested to know about your name.
All right, this is not interesting at all. So,
It's fine.
I was trying to make a gamer tag for my 360, and I was sitting there. I guess it was like a glitch or something, but I tried making some names. I couldn't really think of anything. I put in random letters and numbers, and it still told me, "Oh, this gamer tag is taken." So I gave up. I told my dad, I'm like, "Here, can you come make a name for me?" He's like, "Okay." Puts in Nissan 720. I'm like, "Whatever. I'll change it later." Haven't changed it for like 6 years. So now it's my name.
I was gonna say, did you use like that spinning wheel which thinks of a username for you?
No, I wasn't gonna do that because those get made fun of now, and I'm like, I'm looking back.
That's how Noah got his sheer fruit salad. that's how he got his. And it stuck with him all this time.
Oh, that's incredible. I thought there was some special deep meaning behind it.
Nope.
Yeah.
Sheer fruit salad is a Xbox Live generated name. That's all.
That is so,
that's amazing.
Gold. That is gold. Mine one was not that exciting either. So when I was creating my YouTube channel, I just thinking, what I call myself, and then the first thing that came to mind was like, well, I want to have my username be similar to the content that I'm covering or the games that I'm covering. What am I going to cover? Fallout. And then I just thought of the Lone Wanderer, and I thought, well, I can't just call myself the Lone Wanderer because that's kind of taken. So I just thought of LoneVaultWanderer. It just stemmed from that. So, yeah.
Mine's going to be a little stretched out because I have a different Twitter handle from my YouTube name. So I'll start with my Twitter handle because that's a bit longer. My Twitter handle is as you can see on screen, at G27status, or rather G27. I call myself 27 because that's what fucking people say out loud, and it pisses me off because it's wrong.
Who says 27?
I don't know, but it's G27 status. And so the reason I got that was because I ran a YouTube channel. My first ever channel was Glitcher27 in 8th grade. And that's why I was so fond of Call of Duty glitches when we were talking about them at the beginning of this podcast, is because I ran a channel solely based off of Call of Duty glitches. And it actually got a decent amount of traction. It got 10,000 subscribers. It was pretty cool.
Holy shit.
Yeah. It was pretty cool, but I got hit with copyright strikes and ended up getting taken down. It's not like how YouTube is nowadays, where it's warning, and then you can take down the video or do something about it first, and then they issue a strike. This was just it was so stupid. You want to know how I got one of my strikes? I was such an idiot. I posted Derek Jeter's 1000th hit or something from Yes Network on a Call of Duty channel. What the fuck was I thinking? Anyways, so yeah, Glitcher27 was that channel, and that's where the G27 comes from in my name, because G27 status was the name of my second channel, which I did Call of Duty competitive gaming on, which was stupid in its own right. But anyways, that's how I got my Twitter handles. It just kind of ended up as my channel grew, it just stuck. So I figured I'd keep it, because now if I changed my Twitter handle, I'd have to go back to 500 videos and actually change the link in the description for all of them. It's not it's just Glitcher27 is or G27 status is the same as Mr. Maddie Plays if I changed my Twitter handle, and that would be it. So yeah, unfortunately I don't have the same thing for each, and believe it or not, it kind of bites me in the ass, because the one time I've ever seen it happen was actually pretty funny. Someone said, follow at G27 status for all your Fallout 4 news. He's like, yeah, I've heard of what Mr. Maddie Plays talks about. I'm like, dude, that's me.
God, it's the same person.
Yeah.
Wait. So you can't change your Twitter handle, or it's too much of an involved process?
I can, but then it'll change the link, so it'll be twitter.com/Mr. Maddie Plays. And since I have twitter.com/G27 status linked in the description for all my videos, that link will lead you nowhere. Because I've tried changing it once in the past before my channel ever grew. I had a couple hundred, and I was like, oh, I'll just change it now. And at that point I only had a couple hundred videos up. So yeah, I tried it, and it wouldn't go. And I was like, fuck, I'm changing it back, and I managed to. But anyways, my YouTube name's much more simple. That was my third channel, and Mr. Maddie is obviously myself. And then I wanted a channel that kind of explained what, much like Lone said, what I do. And my plan was originally to do Let's Plays.
And you never did them.
Nope. I did one Let's Play with Noah. It's a Fear 3 Let's Play. It was actually pretty funny. It's a really good Let's Play, but it's incomplete. But the point of the plays is less of a oh, this is gonna be a Let's Play channel now, and more so now it just says I play games. You know, it's not just one game. So like, that's kind of something that's caught on my channel, which I'm glad about. Is like I don't, you know, obviously Fallout's the most popular content on my channel, but I like I can play other games and still get like a decent amount of like traction. Like, you know, like I'll get like 10,000 people tuned into the GTA video that me and like all of us here did. You know, which is awesome.
That one was surprisingly popular. Like for me, if a video gets to 1,000 views, I consider it for myself to be successful because that's like
good.
1/5 or 1/6 of my audience.
I'll give
that
you,
GTA one got one.
I'll give you a perspective, and just so you know, like how good your channel is as it is right now. Like you get 1,000 views a video roughly, which is awesome because that's at like 6,000 subs. That's fucking really good because at 20,000 subs, I was struggling to get 500. So that's what you have right now is really good. Yeah, like that was when I almost quit. Depressing times, man.
I remember you talking about that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Final question comes from Jonathan Hall. He says, if you had a fat man, what would you blow up first?
Oh, good question.
We're gonna get branded for terrorism, whatever we say. Right? Like,
all right. It has to be
I'll get the fucked up one out of the way first. All right, I'll fucking say it. Empty the place out. All right, so no one thinks I'm fucking sick in the head. I'm blowing up my school. I'm blowing up my fucking school. I'm going back to my middle school. Actually, specifically, I'm fucking blowing that shit up with no one inside it. No children will die, but I will blow that place.
You
the
just
fuck
don't
up.
like the building. Too many bad memories.
the memory.
I got fucking detention for calling some kid fat because he stole my fries. But he didn't get detention for stealing the fries. What kind of broken system is that?
You want to talk about broken systems? None of my EOCs counted this year.
Your what?
Why?
Yeah. Like we took all of our end of course exams, and then like the next day they're like, "Oh, none of these counted."
Why?
So,
that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
What?
I know. It's
like
stupid.
your finals. Like that's what an EOC is. Okay. I'm
Yes.
just making sure.
Like it's the same thing. But they made them. We went through them for like 3 days. We did all our tests, and then they were like, "Oh, you know, we're not gonna count these." So
What reason did they give? Or they just like, we're not going to count.
they didn't give us a reason. I don't think they had a reason. They're just I don't know.
I don't feel like writing these this summer. All right. They don't count.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, that's yeah.
Are you on like summer break now?
7 more school days. So a couple weeks.
How old are you? I never asked.
16.
You. 16. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Never knew that.
I would blow up my car because I want a new car. Like it's not bad, but I would just like a nice fancy car. I just drive like well, it's called Holden in Australia. You don't have Holden. It's like
I don't.
Chrysler, isn't it, in America?
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, but like I think it was an Australian-made car, but I just want a nice fancy car with leather seats. Is that too much to ask?
Let's just ride a kangaroo to work. It'll be fine.
That's on Tuesdays, Nissan. I can't tire out.
True.
Yeah.
I'm driving a Mitsubishi Galant. It's all right.
That's all right.
It's a decent car. It's only swerved off the road on me twice.
I've only crashed a few times.
Yeah, like I was just driving down the hill near my house and I fucking hit an ice patch, like going 20 miles per hour and fucked up my tire on a curb. The other time I was making a turn into my development. I think I'm cursed entering that area and fucking hit like a gravel patch and I guess my tires lost traction and there I go off the road and I had to fucking replace the axis on my wheels. I was like, fuck me. That was the scariest moment of my life. Yeah, it was like almost $1,000. It was, oh my god. Worst start to a summer I've ever had.
Yeah, you're out $1,000 before it even starts.
Yeah, fucking crazy. What would you blow up, Nissan?
What do I blow up? Who are the people who make Call of Duty? Because
oh no.
Yes, I hate that game. I hate all of it. I hate everything about it.
You even hate zombies? We were talking about zombies.
Okay, hold on. Let's leave the zombies. But everything else, screw that.
Wait, I was about to say, that just hit me. Like we've been talking about zombies this whole time, and all of a sudden Nissan's like, yeah, let's blow up Call of Duty.
I forgot about zombies. No. We'll make zombies its own game and then just get rid of everything
But
else.
it's just a zombie game. It's not as special. It's special because it's in a Call of Duty game and it's so shocking. It's fun.
It's not special. I have to pay $60 for a mini game.
Yeah, exactly.
No. That's not how it works.
All right, blow something else up.
Okay. All right.
I'll block Call of Duty.
I don't know. I'm not a terrorist. I don't know what to blow.
You haven't just walked around and said, "Oh God, I would just kill that guy." No. Just fucking kidding.
No. I don't know.
I mean, I took the easy route. I'd blow up my school.
Easy route.
It's like, yeah, everyone blows up their school. You have to pick something else. You have to pick something special.
Well, mine was a safe option. I mean, blow up my car. It's my
Like your
car. I
car.
can do whatever I want with it.
I'd blow up my neighbor. He talks too much. That'd be my backup. And blow up my fucking neighbor's house. He fucking stops me every time I'm outside. I'm like, dude, I don't have time for a half-hour conversation. I'm gonna blow your ass up now, okay?
Your neighbor's gonna die tomorrow, and you're gonna be suspect number one. I'm letting you know now.
I don't own a fat man. Case closed.
Well, we can't worry about those facts.
Lights that turn red on me.
Yes, I like that. I like that better. Get rid of those. Those are evil.
What? Wait, say it again. What?
I
Red
would blow
lights.
up lights to turn red on me. Like it's green and then it turns like amber. I'm like, oh, I can make it, and then it's red. No, I would blow them up.
You'd
Yeah.
be blowing up like every road.
Don't we?
You'd be destroying the world, Lone.
Hey, I didn't destroy Megaton. Okay, I'm a good person.
Yes, yeah. He didn't blow up one green light, so it's perfectly fine. You can blow up the rest of them.
Nissan, have you thought of anything? Or are we gonna end the cast? Nissan's too much of a goody two shoes. Good karma.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got.
I blow up the world to make Fallout 4 a reality.
Can I blow up PlayStation? Does that count?
Why PlayStation?
Ouch. Why would you want to play PlayStation?
Because I'm sick of the console wars. It's so annoying. It's so ridiculous. It's like everyone shut up.
Yeah, I blame PlayStation for that too. They really fucking like amped it up. They came out and just talked so much shit. Like it was so annoying to look at. And then now Sony does no wrong. And if you talk bad about Sony, you're wrong. Fuck those people.
That is true. I love how the answer to solving the console wars is destroying PlayStation.
It is. Like, okay, the reason I say that is because I made a video, like, before I started covering Fallout 4. Like, I think it was actually a few days beforehand. It was like when Uncharted 4 was announced. And I was like, is Uncharted 4 even worthy of existence? Because Naughty Dog did a 3 games on Uncharted and then ended the PS3 like generation with The Last of Us. Why would you go back to Uncharted for a 4th entry instead of moving forward and continuing to innovate? Like, it's just like, it seems like they're going for the easy way out with Uncharted 4. And like, I'm not a big Uncharted fan in the first place. Like, I know everyone on the fucking face of this earth is, but I am not. I think it's an overrated franchise. It's good. It's not a 10 out of 10 though. It's flawed in certain ways.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. Like, and I got flamed for it. Like, my video got destroyed.
Sorry, I was reading a tweet. Volta Datalist just tweeted out, Bethesda Softworks does not equal Bethesda Game Studios. Please understand this, especially in regards to Doom. Has he been listening to our podcast?
Yeah, I was like, the fact that we
Wow.
were talking about that
Wow.
exactly.
Oh my god.
He's just
That's-
listening. He's just here right now amongst us.
Sorry, Nissan, I interrupted you. Go on.
What was I saying? I don't
I
remember.
think I was the one talking. Do I sound like Nissan? Do we sound the same?
No, you were talking about, what were you talking about again? Some game? Fucking
Maddie was
What we're
talking
talking
about
about?
Uncharted.
Yeah.
Uncharted. And
yeah.
I think you had something to add. Is that correct?
I was just saying I got flamed on my video because I said it really wasn't necessary.
Necessary.
It's not. Like, why does everyone feel like a 4th entry in this series is necessary? Like, I know, like, Elder Scrolls, you could argue, oh, well, there's 5 of those, but it's like, how often do they come out?
Yeah, good point.
But fucking Uncharted was like, yeah, every 2 years, let's just throw one out. You know, why not?
Anyway.
That's all our fan questions. Fantastic fan questions this week. As always, be sure to remember to answer the question that we give you. This week, the question was, in case you forgot, who is your celebrity crush? Be sure to tweet at any of us with the hashtag H.A.M Radio Time with your answer, and you will be submitted to join us on the podcast. Always remember, we have shirts in the link down below. You guys can check them out if you would like to. They're very sexy. Any closing words, boys?
I got money to buy a t-shirt this week. I forgot about that. I'm gonna go buy one.
Oh, good. Wow, you hear that? Paid promo.
Yeah.
I'm paying
Buy
Nissan
shirts.
to say that.
Listen to me.
Sell out. What shirt are you gonna buy, Nissan? Hold on.
The one where you and Noah are in the tuxedos.
All right, cool.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute.
And you're gonna walk around, dude. What's your shirt? Oh, these swag daddies are fucking cool as shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna go to school and I'm gonna promote your channel all day long.
Yeah, and then they're gonna be like, "Who's Mr. Matty Plays?" You're gonna be like, "Dude, watch his videos and give him money." Like you're gonna make me a big sellout.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
give him money.
It's the whole plan. We'll just pound you with donations so you can never play the game. You'll just have to keep looking away.
Yeah, kind of like with All Blood. Fucking kept getting donations the
God.
entire stream. It's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Anyways, this has been week 15 of the H.A.M Radio Podcast. We always let our guest close out the podcast. So, Nissan, do a little special, innovative closing for us.
Yep. We're gonna end it as soon as you're done talking. By the way, so it's all you.
And my recording didn't skip out today. Let's go. I got my own recording.
Go, Nathan.
Bye, hookers.